The Ewoks especially turn me off because they're so fucking
I thought
cringe.
you were gonna say turn me on.
No, that's the Wookiees.
Are we talking about the chick that went to the nightclub, went with, comes back to the same nightclub to get, and is implied that in that one night?
Marky Mark was behind him with a gun when he made that statement, probably.
This is the person we've pissed off this episode.
I'm sure we can piss off more.
Alright guys, welcome to this episode of the Late Speakers Podcast, episode 3. My name is Kyle and today I'm joined by Daniel.
Hello.
Benson.
Howdy.
Chris.
Hey.
And Tom.
Oh.
So Daniel, there was a thing that you wanted to talk about today?
Yeah, I saw on Reddit just earlier today that Edward Snowden, in response to Bernie Sanders vowing to end prosecution of whistleblowers, said, "Whoa."
Okay.
Alright.
What the fuck have you just said to me?
Well, you know, everyone needed to know that he said, "Whoa." That's the quote here. One word, whoa.
I
So
was
thought that was
expecting
pretty
more from that story.
No,
I
that's
was
it.
expecting it to not be so political and shit.
I'm done for the episode. Anyone else got anything?
No.
I don't.
That was it.
Epic
Wrap it up,
joke.
boys. We're done here.
Actually, has anyone seen the Star Wars trailer?
I have not, but I
Nope.
I saw it. I saw it when I was at work, and I couldn't use volume.
Yikes. Who has seen it? I have.
I have.
Benson?
Fuck no.
and that's it.
So it's just me and Tom.
Yeah.
Based on the trailer, I'm not like super optimistic. I'm not super like whatever the opposite of optimistic is.
Pessimistic.
Pessimistic.
I suppose so. Yeah. It doesn't look great. Doesn't look terrible. It just looks like another Star Wars movie.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'll see it most definitely when it comes out. I'm sure we all will. But it's just
Yeah.
like,
Are you saying it's going to
Bruh.
be another Star Wars 3?
the greatest film of all time.
No, I'm saying Star Wars 3. That's probably like the middle ground on the lower end. Because like 1 and 2 I thought were shit, but 3 was pretty decent.
3 being the best out of the 3 makes it the middle ground.
Yeah, well, excluding the original series, which was just much better.
So the middle of the entire saga.
Right,
Yes.
so this trilogy
Okay.
will be the middle ground.
No.
Like, do you mean?
All right, let's start again.
I'm
Let's just
confused.
skip all
Alright,
this
guys.
bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not expecting it to be shit, but I'm also like, I want to be hyped for it, but the trailers and that just aren't doing it for me. So I'm really hoping it's going to be like a Avengers Endgame kind of thing, where like I'm just seeing it just so I can see like the end of the saga. But hopefully it's like as good as Endgame was in that
If
sense.
the
Oh,
trailers
yeah.
aren't doing it for you, you could try watching them. That might
What was
help.
that?
You could try
No.
watching the trailer.
It's one that I haven't watched, and it's 1 out of 3 that I haven't watched, and the 2 that I did watch haven't sort of like gotten me super hyped for it. So
Fair enough.
There's like no story details at all for the whole trailer.
Except they just are like, yeah, Palpatine's back, boys.
yeah.
and
What the fuck?
C-3PO might die.
No, he's the best
Back.
character.
Surely he's like 900 years old by now.
Isn't he like the only one who's in every film?
No,
Uh,
R2D2.
well, they weren't in Solo, but I think Anthony Daniels played 2 characters. So, but he didn't play C-3PO in it. So
in all of the mainline ones.
yeah. Then yeah, I think so. I think except for Solo, they've been in all of them.
I was having a conversation with Kyle, Tom, and Dean the other day about Star Wars. What were we actually talking about?
Don't remember.
Well, this has
Nice.
gone incredibly well.
Was it
I
over
think we were
voice call or was it
talking-
text?
No, it was on text. I think we were talking about the fact that, despite like I was thinking about it, and I only really like 2 out of the like 9 Star Wars movies,
Mm.
mainline movies. That is, like I like A New Hope because it's A New Hope, and then I
Yeah.
like Empire Strikes Back, which is my favorite mainline one.
It's like everyone's
And then all the
favorite.
other ones, they're like I don't hate them or anything, but I don't actually like them that much.
You don't like 6?
Being Return of the Jedi, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not really.
What the fuck?
I don't
Yeah.
know, dude. It's just kind of like the Ewoks especially turn me off because they're so
I
fucking
thought
cringe.
you were gonna say turn me on.
Yeah, exactly. Love me some Ewoks. No, that's the Wookiees.
Oh,
The thick Wookiees.
They're large
yeah.
Ewoks.
Yeah, they really turn me off of the film. But then I don't know. It's just like the third one just doesn't seem that interesting to me. Like, there's the whole thing with like Tatooine at the start, which is like pointless. Like, they get Han
Oh.
back, obviously, but it's
that's
like,
the point there.
what does that have to do with like that's like a second movie situation? Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I think my favorite Star Wars film would be the holiday special.
Ah, yeah, that's a
Oh,
classic.
God.
Chris, are you aware of the holiday special?
I am not aware of the holiday special. What the
Oh, you
hell?
gotta watch it, man.
It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it. I've just seen John Tron's like breakdown of it, but that's enough for me.
Yeah, same here. That's a classic. I watched that video like 4 days ago with that. But
That's
for
from that
context,
movie.
it's literally like it's a holiday special that was aired once and they never aired it again. And George Lucas is like horrendously ashamed of it because it's so absolutely trash and
I
it just
think-
makes no sense.
I think he
Is it
destroyed like all
animated
copies
or-
of it. No, it's live
bit of
action.
it
No, live action. They've got the real actors for Luke and Han, and I think Leia might be in it actually.
Yeah.
But it centers around, get this, Chewbacca's family
Yeah,
What?
And
in
this-
their like Kashyyyk treehouse or whatever.
Aren't they celebrating? Aren't they celebrating Life Day or something like that?
Life Day, yeah, which is
Yeah.
their Christmas.
Wait, what is? How long does it go for?
Oh, I'm not
Let me
actually
look.
sure. It's
I
like at
assume
least
an
half an
hour?
hour.
Yeah, I thought it was
I
like.
was gonna say if it was like a full movie, like an hour and a half to 2 hours, that'd be incredible. 2 hours
But
of a
it's-
Wookiee family.
it's
Yeah, but
98
that's
minutes
literally
long.
all it is. Like, there's no like
98 minutes.
Yeah,
98.
Oh,
So it's more than like a Disney film.
it's,
Yeah, it's a bit-
terrible if you
bit more
actually
than
see
an hour and a
it.
half.
But yeah, Chris, it's not like interesting in the slightest. Like, it's literally like the mum watches a cooking show and you watch the cooking show for like 15 minutes with her, and then like the kids like playing a game. They like get a guy to come in and like install some like VR thing, and then a guy uses it
Yeah.
for a sec.
I was just about to say one of
Wait,
them
there are
like chucks on a
children
VR.
Wookiees.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's terrifying.
One of
All
them
the
chucks on
Wookiees
like
just look so bad.
one of them chucks on like a VR headset and then watches like a 3-minute long music video for some like band that I'm pretty sure it's a real band, but it's just like a music video out of nowhere that you're just watching in a fucking.
yeah. You just
Star
watch the
Wars
whole music
film.
video.
Yeah, it's so
And
weird.
the kid Wookiee like contemplates suicide on the edge of like on a balcony for some reason. He
He's,
just
like,
like climbs
walking
up and looks over the edge, and then end scene. Nothing else happens.
So
mate,
out of
It
place.
sounds
to
like a
George-
great Christmas movie. We should
George
all
Lucas
watch that on the
destroyed all
24th of
copies of it.
December.
We actually should all get together and watch it. It'd be like
Yeah.
a The Room situation, except we might actually get through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god!
Sort of
I-
going
I-
back to the Star Wars conversation, I've only seen I've seen all of them. Don't know where I was starting that sentence with. Haven't seen the original trilogy in so long, so I don't sort of know what my my thoughts on it are because I haven't sort of seen it recently.
That's
Hmm.
probably a good thing because then you wouldn't have realized that Star Wars 7 is an exact copy of number 4.
I love Star
It
Wars 7,
is.
and I know it's the same, but that sort of I don't care.
Chris, how can it be the same when Rey is a woman and Luke is a man? Riddle me that.
Because of it's unspecified genders in these days.
Ah, sorry, my bad. Alright, continue.
Fucking Jesus! You
been
can't
so-
put
Glad
that
we
on
cleared
this
that up.
podcast.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen any of the other Star Wars films. I've forgotten most of it. Like all I know is Anakin is Darth Vader and Luke is
What?
Darth Vader's son. That's all I can really remember. Everything else
the
is kind of foggy.
Just spoiled like the 2 biggest like reveals in cinematic history. Thanks, man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For all
fuck
the
you,
viewers who
listeners.
haven't seen that.
Fucked your day up.
You know what? I watched the first half of Star Wars 2 because it was on TV a few days
So
ago.
did I. I was watching it as well.
Attack of
Hayden
the Clones?
Christensen, who plays Anakin, he
Mm.
portrays him as such a whiny bitch.
Yeah.
and a creep.
Like, I'm not
as
sure if
well.
that's how he was supposed to be portraying it, based on the directing or the writing or whatever.
Mm.
But God, he was annoying. It's not
As far as-
fair.
As far as I understand it, that's he was directed to be exactly how he is in the movies.
Yeah.
It's just
Hank-
George Lucas is bad
Not
at
a
his
bad
job.
Yeah, Hayden Christensen isn't a bad actor. It's just that the dialogue and directing were just god awful.
Yeah, like even good actors in those movies act like shit sometimes.
Yeah.
Like George Lucas is just like insane. Like the thing, like you remember me saying I don't like the Ewoks, right?
Mm.
You know how in the prequels there's like tons of random stupid shit like that, where it's just put in for no reason because George Lucas is like, oh, this will be funny, like fucking Jar Jar Binks,
The
etc.
The greatest
Yeah,
character
um,
to ever exist.
And the
Nobody
King
would tell him
Dungeon.
no, and he was actually directing the prequel trilogy, so he just put in all this
Yeah.
stupid shit that essentially ruined it.
He
And
didn't
then-
direct the original trilogy.
He,
Did the
I
first
think
one.
he directed the
Oh,
first
did
one.
he? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When he wrote
But
the
then with the
two.
second one,
Mm.
with the second one, he was also like heavily involved like that. But then his ex-wife, who he was married to at the time, like co-wrote or some shit with him. She was involved in production with him.
Oh
in the
yeah,
first-
I remember
Oh.
that.
Yeah, so she kept him in check from doing his insane bullshit, and then they split up between 2 and 3, or 5 and 6, I suppose. And then the Ewoks were born. Like, he's just and he's got like he's good at doing like basic stories, but if you let him actually run with them, it's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, the universes and like characters and stuff that he has made, it's absolutely fantastic. It's just the execution of it is not always a hit.
What
Yeah.
else has he done?
Indiana Jones.
That's
didn't he?
insane. I mean,
Done like
I mean, did he do number 4?
I don't know, but you know, it does feature Shia LaBeouf, so it gets a pass from me.
He saves every movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
To be
Have you
fair,
seen
the
Holes?
Fucking
Holes, yeah.
Transformers got so shit without him.
Yeah, they got Marky Mark instead.
Fuck Marky Mark. Doesn't he have like 3 nipples?
Yeah, and he like blinded an Asian man once.
What?
He used to be a massive racist, or I assume he
apparently
still is. But
I did hear that the guy that lost his eye admitted or like said that it wasn't actually Marky Mark's fault. So
What, he like
yeah, I
ran
stepped in the
into
way
his
of
hand?
razor blades.
what was that?
Marky Mark was behind him with a gun when he made that statement. Probably. All right, there we go. Now that's the person we've alienated this episode.
I was just about to say this is the person we've pissed off this episode.
I'm sure we can piss off more.
Oh yeah, there's still time. We've only just started it, so
For example, Daryl Morey.
who is
I
it?
had more to say about Star Wars, so I'm just gonna
Yeah.
slide that one under the rug real quick.
All right.
But just to sum up, basically, the conversation I had with the boys the other day about Star Wars boiled down to I like the like idea of Star Wars, like the base story of the entire what's 3 trilogies called?
Saga.
The entire saga. And like Anakin becoming a bad guy and killing people and shit, and then going good and killing younglings and all the rest.
I never understood that.
It's
Going
just-
good
it's
and
just so
killing
bad.
younglings.
Yeah, you know, not necessarily in that order, but it all happens. But like, I love I can't even remember his name, so clearly I don't love it that much. But
Kylo Ren.
Mace Windu.
Lando.
I said it, so
Oh,
no,
no.
stop listening to people.
EK88.
The Clone Wars, the TV series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like way better than the actual like movies, like the
The-
prequel movies and
The
stuff.
cartoon or the CGI animated one?
The CGI one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Both
and
are
I mean
really good.
Rebels, which is like I guess the spin-off of that almost.
Yeah, in a way.
Which is like the OT version of it. It's not as good, but I still kind of enjoyed it.
I have seen neither.
Well, they're both
I've seen
one's better than the other,
cartoon
but they're both
version
pretty good.
of the Clone Wars.
Like the 1991 edition,
No.
like the 2D animated.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, that was like early 2000. That was in between episode 2 and 3.
Did they even get
alright.
started on the Star Wars games? Though?
Well,
the
there's
new
one coming
ones.
out.
Oh yeah, there
Yeah.
is too.
Apparently, it looks not so bad.
I've seen a bit of it, and it actually looks pretty decent. It doesn't look anything special, but
It's
Yeah,
got
I'm
the
hoping it is
guy-
decent at least.
I'd
it's
probably
got,
play it if I got bored.
Anyway, Kyle, continue.
I was gonna say it's got the guy who plays Jerome / the Joker in the Gotham series.
Ah, good old Jerome.
Well, it's
He was my favourite
Jerome, and
Joker.
then he dies, and his twin brother Jeremiah becomes
Oh
sort
my
of the Joker.
God.
But they weren't actually allowed to
God.
use the Joker license in that, so he was kind of like always sort of the Joker. He's doing Joker things, but you can't call him Joker. So it
This
was
is
sort
why I
of-
don't like all those like CW shows.
yeah, all of
Whoa,
them.
whoa,
just-
whoa! Don't talk shit about The 100. What a fantastic show that is.
Yeah, my
I've
bad. It's actually
seen the
my
first
favourite
couple
show.
of episodes. It's good.
It's so good that you only watched a few episodes.
Yep, I fell out of the series.
I've seen 5 seasons of that.
Is it good?
I haven't watched the 6th season because I have no way of watching it. I probably
Ah,
do, but I can't be
Wink,
fucked.
wink. Speaking of upcoming video game entertainment, you guys seen much about the Outer Worlds?
Oh yeah, I'm
Never
pumped
heard
for
of it.
that.
Yeah, it comes out in like one day.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's gotten like pretty good reviews, like 8, 9 sort of thing.
Yeah.
I have a quote here that I've prepared earlier
Cool.
because I knew I'd bring up this conversation, so I could say this quote. This is from IGN. I can't remember the guy's name. The Outer Worlds is the "you get chocolate in my peanut butter" of RPGs. And so there you
Okay.
have it.
That's a lot to take
8.5
in.
out of 10
What does
from
that
IGN.
even mean?
I have no idea. He says it at the start of the video review, and I was just like, I have to write this down because
Is that a-
Is he
the
suggesting
ramblings of an
that
insane
the
man.
chocolate and the peanut butter are really good by themselves, but together they taste like shit?
I have
I-
no idea. No,
I think
well, they
you're
give it an
wrong there.
8.5, and he says it's good.
I
So it's
think
clearly a
peanuts and
positive.
chocolate's good.
But
I thought they were
That's
amazing.
yeah, I'm a fan.
I think you said
That's
5 out
an
of 10.
advertisement for Reese's Pieces. That's like the slogan or the concept for that ad.
So maybe it was a
His
sponsored
bribe.
video after all.
Yeah, sponsored by Reese's Pieces.
I mean, if anyone was going to sell out like that, it would be IGN. So
Oh no, it's
Yeah.
the YouTube. I looked up. You got chocolate in my peanut butter, and one of the results is a YouTube video called "Vintage '80s Reese's Peanut Butter Cups" advertisement. So
okay, so it was a reference.
He
So
is a
maybe
paid
it's not as
salesman.
insane as it sounds. Still a strange thing to say, though.
yeah,
That's what he said.
I have no idea what the what the context for that is, but
Oh, man.
Yeah, that game it looks interesting to me. I'm not sure if I'll buy it yet. But I don't know. The graphics kind of turned me off a little bit because it looks like a Bethesda game in like a bad way. If you understand what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Like it, just like the characters and stuff, and like the animations and stuff. It just looks a bit off to me, like Bethesda games do. But
like a bit.
otherwise, it
Bioshock
looks
or,
good.
Like the Infinite one.
I don't know. Bioshock Infinite, I remember not being so bad for
It's not
animations and
Bethesda.
stuff.
I have Bioshock
That's-
Infinite, but I never played it. I bought it and just never played it.
I
Huh.
played it on PS3 back in the day, and it was pretty good. But
I
wouldn't
played
play it again.
Bioshock 1, and it's awesome.
By the
Haven't
way, I haven't seen anything on the Outer Worlds. I didn't even know about it until earlier today when Tom told me.
Damn, what the hell? It's by Obsidian, who did Fallout New Vegas, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the reason why people are really happy, or hyped for this game, is because a lot of people think that what they did with New Vegas was the right way to take the Fallout series into not an FPS, but you know what I mean, like a first-person RPG way, because it's got more. I don't know. It's got more traits from the first 2 Fallouts, which people liked.
The first 2 Fallouts being like
The top-down ones.
yeah, old school PC game RPGs. And then with 3, Bethesda took over and started making them into third-person action RPGs. Just for context.
Yeah.
But speaking of Fallout, fucking segue into a segue into a segue this episode. But Bethesda has now announced that they will be selling a $150 Australian annual subscription for Fallout 76. The game that's been
Annual
universally panned
subscription.
for being horrific.
What's
Or
this
you can pay $20 a
what's
month.
the subscribe What's the subscription for?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Apparently, you get to play in a private world with you and your friends. Up to
As if
7
you
of them.
can't do that already. That's
Nope, can't do it.
bullshit.
Up to 7 of your friends. So that's quite a number, guys. You can get all the boys in there.
Yeah.
For
have
context,
7
I have
friends.
here the price you can pay for a 40-player Minecraft server in Australia, and it's around about the same price. Yet they're giving you 7. You get a new placeable fast travel point, and you get some atoms, which is their micro transaction currency.
Yay. And a unique outfit. But everyone who's got the fucking subscription service would have that outfit.
Yep, and
it's
it's
not very
only
unique.
$20 a month, or $150 a year.
And you get unique icons and emotes.
Whoa.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Better put on.
Bethesda really knows how to save their game.
Yeah.
Ah, that's great.
I think that makes me hate it even more.
Yeah, it makes a lot of people hate it even more.
And I thought looking up or down, doubling your movement speed was bad, but well, not doubling. It depends on how much FPS you have, because it's fucking retarded.
That game is just an absolute mess, and they just have not made right on it at all, and are just making it worse and worse for themselves. Like, I don't understand what, like, Bethesda, the same people that made fucking Skyrim, how many years ago? 8 years ago. How are they so stupid now?
It's not. I feel like the Bethesda that made Skyrim and is out now, but that is what it is now, is a very different thing. Because if you notice, they just kept releasing Skyrim because they're like, this is the greatest thing we've ever fucking created, and we'll never be able to beat it. So let's
Yeah.
just sell it a shitload. And then,
Yeah,
they just basically gave up on creating original ideas, or not
yeah,
just
because they
original.
tried with Fallout 4, and it was received fairly well, but there was still a lot of people who were like, "Oh, it's not as good as previous stuff."
Yeah.
So I feel like they may have just given up.
They're releasing something that's an original idea soon. Oh, next, I think.
Star something.
Something like that. I
Star
can't remember.
Wars
It's
Can't
something in
remember,
space.
They've said almost nothing about it. If I'm thinking of the right game,
No, it's all a marketing ploy. They're just making
Yeah.
their image so bad that when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, everyone like jizzes their pants.
watch this Elder Scrolls 6 is like a card game. Like that's the way Bethesda's going at this rate.
So going back to Outer Worlds, apparently, you can kill every single character in the game and still finish the game.
That's same as New or similar to New Vegas.
Yeah,
In New Vegas, there's a few you couldn't kill.
That's a lot of people got upset about that in Fallout 4 because there was so many essential characters. You didn't really feel like you had a freedom of choice compared to the
What
other
happens
games.
if you kill someone that gives a side quest and you just can't do that side quest anymore?
Well, that's it. You've done. You've killed them. But apparently, with like certain ones, they might have, like, for example, if you need to get through a door and this person will unlock the door for you, you can kill them and they might have the key on them for the door. So they've got ways to get around, ways of locking yourself out of content.
Yeah, it's like in Skyrim. I remember I was doing the Companions quest line, and earlier on in the game, there was the world had just deleted itself, like part of it in Whiterun, and so Yorland Greymane fell through the world and died. I could see his body at the bottom of this, like, just nothingness.
Nice.
And but they did have ways around it. Like, the dialogue was just like, "Oh yeah, Yorland's dead, so he can't do this, so you do it instead." Cool.
Damn, rip Yorland.
I thought he was
He
essential.
deserved it.
He was the homie.
Maybe I had already completed the quest line. I don't know.
You did, because it's he cannot die before he gives you the axe, I think. Because otherwise,
So
how do you get the
Lord
axe?
Maybe I
You
was,
find
like,
a note that
halfway-
says,
You
here's
just
an
get
axe, and it gives you an axe.
Yeah. Or you get it from, like, the other blacksmith. I can't remember her name. Something of a niche.
yeah. The like workaround situation for like you kill them and then there's another way you can progress the quest line and stuff. That was the same in Divinity Original Sin 2, which we
Yeah.
played.
That would
game
take
was
so
good.
long
What would?
to, like, create so many do-around, like, you know, get around this problem of this NPC dying. It would take so long to do, and I bet it gets utilized very rarely.
Well,
Yeah,
for
but it's one of
example-
those things. It makes it like makes it seem like the dev actually cares about the game. And
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my favorite interactions that was in Divinity was we get into we're trying to find I forgot what we're trying to do. Find something. We go into the basement, find there's a skull on the wall, and you need to find these jewels to put in the eye, right? And apparently you got to go fight someone, kill them, and take them, right? And they're on the other side of the map. Me, being the idiot that spec'd to max my lockpicking, thought, let me see if I can lockpick the skull. And I did, and we just skipped like a shitload of the quest, and it was amazing.
Yeah, I do. I
Lockpicked
remember
a
that.
skull.
Yeah.
Well, the skull was like a secret lock.
Oh,
Yeah.
We
that
had to
makes
do
a
something
bit
to
more
unlock it.
sense.
Yeah, it was in some like dwarf's basement.
Yeah.
Dwarf being a race, not no dwarf hate. You know,
That game was
dwarves
so good.
are people.
And then like you sell stuff to people, then steal it off of them, and then sell it to them again.
Are
Shit
they
like
It's
that.
just a classic game. One
Absolutely
of my
brain
favorites.
dead.
It's so good.
it is.
You
It
can
is
have it in
strange 'cause-
Skyrim as well, actually. You like fucking pay the bitch in Windhelm to level up your pickpocketing, and then you just pickpocket the money off of her again if your pickpocket's high enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that game you have to sell stolen stuff to fences, though. Usually,
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, you
They
do.
get-
Unless you have the perk,
100% of the time.
unless you have the perk that allows you to sell fence, like you
Yeah.
are a fence.
Just makes
You're a
everyone
fence.
a
Yes.
fence.
You are a fence.
You pick Nord, Redguard. Nope, I'm going to be a fence.
Wait, what? You mean like an
Yeah, pick
actual
it.
fence? You just start like rotting away.
Yeah, you're a picket fence.
And fuck, I just
Sure there's a
remembered
mod for
another
that.
thing about Divinity was one time I went to go like with me and Daniel were playing, right? And I went to go do something, I think get a drink or something. And in that time, Daniel made a deal with someone to kill me at the
yeah.
end of the game. So I thought we were best buds. We're gonna both rule the world, whatever. We're doing great, right? Gets to the end, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna fuck you over." And somehow the quest bugged, and instead of me getting killed and getting fucked over, he gets killed, and I win.
Yeah, I
Wow.
remember this. I was so triggered because I literally played the long con. This game, like, how many hours do you reckon this is? Like, we played it for like 30 hours or something.
Yeah,
And I had made this like halfway through, and then we get to the end, and I lose just
Yeah.
because of a bug.
it's guaranteed death. If you accept this deal, the other person will die, no matter what. You can't even fight it. You just die, and that's it, and you lose.
Yep.
Um,
And then it just, I think it was something to do with whoever was hosting or something like that. But
Yeah.
that was so triggering to me at the time.
And you have to be a certain character to get this deal, like, because he hates this certain character, the guy you make a deal with, and I was the character he hated. And then he didn't kill me. He killed the random dude, and I'm all fine. He loves me.
This is like you making a deal with like literally like the devil or something along those lines. It's just this huge demon guy.
The devil's like,
classic
no, I
game.
don't like him. I'm going to kill this guy instead.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe he was an
Oh.
angel after all and thought to kill the guy that wanted to kill someone else.
He tricked me into incriminating myself.
Yeah.
And another time, we were playing the heroes for the longest thing. We are like, yeah, we're going to do all the good choices. We're going to be good guys. And then we got to a point where we had a decision, right? We could stop this machine that would release a death fog, basically a gas that instantly kills anything that lives, right? And we said, fuck it, let's just kill everyone. So we just wipe out an entire city. Everyone is dead. There is no survivors.
Yeah,
And-
and it just insta kills everyone who isn't already an undead.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
So many good stories from that game. It's 11 out of 10.
Fucking hell.
Chris,
Yes.
hello.
Hi.
I hear you're a big fan of a guy named Daryl Morey. Tried to bring him up earlier.
I'm not a big fan, actually, but
Really?
yeah, not really.
Um,
I don't follow the NBA. I
Well,
think
guess
Tom
who
here
does?
is the only one who does. Of course, Daryl Morey does.
Tom, can you fill us in on who Daryl Morey is?
Daryl Moy, because his best friend He's American sports executive of Houston Rockets franchise.
Whose best friend is he?
It sounds like you've just read
Chris's.
that off of a Wikipedia page.
Well,
There is one in the notes, so that
What do you
might be
mean?
where he got it from.
We just know off the
What?
top of our
We
heads that
don't
he was
have
born
notes.
14
What are you
September.
talking about?
Oh yeah, we just bring it up. We just comes out of nowhere. All this greatness.
Yeah, famously born in Baraboo, Wisconsin, United States, aged 47 years.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
just common knowledge.
Born on the
Anyway.
14th of September, 1972.
I mean, he had created the true shooting percentage statistic.
Whoa.
Oh my
Okay.
god, that's his masterpiece.
Did he co-found something as well?
Yeah, I think it was the annual MIT Sloan Sports Analytics Conference Wikipedia.
Oh, no way.
oh,
Oh no, sorry, that last bit was my bad. Anyway, more to the point, he tweeted an image recently, semi-recently at least,
2 weeks ago.
in support of the Hong Kong protests, because we have to talk about that every time from now on. And LeBron James comes out and goes, "What the fuck, cunt? You could have harmed people not only financially but physically, emotionally, and spiritually." That's my impression of LeBron
Could have joined the
James.
dark side, you know.
I told
Highly
you you'd
yeah.
fucking piss someone off.
Yeah, now we've pissed LeBron James off as well.
Yeah.
LeBron James, if you don't know him, is famous for Sprite ads.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he basically was like, "What the hell, man? Why you supporting the Hong Kong protest? You're going to cost me a bunch of money." And then Shaquille O'Neal, being a sick cunt, comes out and says that Daryl Morey was right and LeBron James is a cunt, but not in those words. It's just heavily implied.
heavily.
So the Hong Kong protest saga continues.
Mm.
Also,
will
there's been a bunch of other protests, like not like because of Hong Kong. I think they've become more known now because I don't know. I can't remember where though. I'll actually have a look.
Eastern Europe, like that area.
I can't wait for them to just start like actually fighting each other, and finally the Chinese government pull out.
They pull out, eh?
They'll pull out.
Yeah, the
Pull
Puerto
out
Rican
of Hong Kong?
Don't want to get Hong Kong pregnant.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we got Lebanon and Chile. Apparently, there's some in Queensland. I don't fucking care.
Queensland,
what?
what the hell?
There's
Damn,
Americans.
I didn't realize. Yeah, that fucking hell. They're trying to get Bogans into politics.
No, bullshit. They're probably protesting about like fucking.
I
There
think
should
Too
be
many
cane
crocodiles.
they're protesting about anti-protest laws.
Oh
being
my
passed.
god,
Oh my
fields.
the irony.
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 Fucking hell.
Jesus. Where did you go to school?
Same school as you, unfortunately.
Yeah. What a shit show.
We can all agree on that, though.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, there were
schools.
demons there.
Yeah, people becoming demons left, right, and center.
the great.
Well, we've just doxed someone. I'll
It's like
bleep
beep
that.
it out or something.
The
Yeah.
great.
There's so
Oh, no, I
many
gotta bleep it
cities in
again.
the world.
Now you've said his surname and his first name again. There's going to be a lot of bleeps.
Fucking hell.
What about the conversation we had a few days ago about X?
Ah, yes, X.
Who,
Yeah.
who we
yeah,
talked
yeah.
about with Richie, Daniel, and Benson.
Ah, yes.
conversation.
We won't go into any details at all on this subject.
Why? As long as you don't bring up a name.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Like, wasn't it? Are we talking about the chick that went to the nightclub, went with, like, comes back to the same nightclub to get, and is implied that in that one night?
Yeah.
The real story we need to say
All right.
is about a true gangster who pulled off a next level power move in high school.
I know what he's gonna say.
The guy we went to high school with was a notorious Pepsi drinker. The popular drink Pepsi. I don't know if you've heard of it.
It's pretty obscure.
He drank so much Pepsi in one day that he once got in trouble for not bringing his books to class. And the reason was, otherwise he wouldn't have been able to fit his 2-liter bottles of Pepsi in his bag.
I think you'll
And then-
find it's actually Pepsi Max.
Sorry, my
Whoa.
bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
And,
if that's gangster, I don't know what is.
And one time he was depressed because he's spent all of his, I think, birthday or Christmas money on Pepsi. Like that's all he spent it on.
Jesus.
Over a period of time, but it's still quite
Horrific.
not ideal.
I
And
don't
I'd get
I don't-
depressed if I spent all my birthday money on Pepsi as well.
I don't know who this is, but just to clarify, is this the guy who tried to run an image, or is this someone else?
No.
No, no.
All right.
The image running guy.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
That's another classic story. A guy we knew in high school who we are no longer friends with.
I was never friends.
Got hacked
was
on
good
Steam
friends with him.
because he downloaded. What was he even trying to do?
No, he got sent an image from another Steam account. I think it was a friend of his. So he opened it, and then the image said run, like how you run an application. And he pressed run.
On an
My
image.
God.
Because I remember, because then I got the same thing from his account. And I'm like, I clicked on it, and it said run. And I'm like, why is this idiot sending me an image that I have to run?
Yeah.
And so he ran it, and it was
No,
an
I
endless
didn't,
chain.
because I'm not disabled.
Ah,
You're going to have to edit that out.
The whole story, or the
Just the disabled.
You said retarded like 3 times already.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
You know, we're not a family-friendly podcast at this
No.
point.
Yeah, we fuck families. I hate it.
Okay.
Not we. Sorry, not we fuck families. Just fuck families. There we go.
Okay.
there we saved it.
Just yeah.
That's a lot better.
All right, moving right along. I learned earlier today while looking for news stories.
That's it.
Yeah, I learned.
Absolutely
Yep.
nothing is what you've learned.
Congrats.
Well, no, I was just saying that I learned. What I learned, though, was that not even PUBG itself, PUBG Mobile, is having a crossover with The Walking Dead for this upcoming season that comes out on October 6th, which is, so it's not upcoming, it's already out.
I
But
know it was
yeah,
out already.
you can get new skins such as Rick Grimes, who's no longer in the show, Negan, Daryl Dixon, and Michonne, plus some iconic weapons and items.
So they're not adding like zombies or anything.
No, you just have the opportunity to spend money on skins for this mobile game. Not even the real PUBG has these skins.
The real PUBG.
The quote-unquote real PUBG, if you can consider that a video game. All right, we had a bit of an issue there with our recording just stopping for no reason, so we lost like at least 3 hours of good audio there. So
Yeah.
it was a bit shorter than we're used to this time.
It was going to be the first ever 3-hour episode, but you guys missed it, and we're so sorry about
Yeah,
that.
well,
were-
3.5 hours.
We were
3.5
aiming
hours,
for
my
about
bad.
24 hours, but
Yeah.
it got cut short.
We realized 3.5 hours in that 3 hours had been corrupted. So
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's just unsalvageable. We'll do a little bit more, but then it's over
just
permanently.
keep it to the regular,
Yeah.
like hour long.
Yeah.
If it,
or
if
thereabouts.
Yeah.
So, before we were rudely interrupted, what? No, actually, I don't want to talk about what we were talking about.
even.
No
Yeah,
more
fuck that.
boxing. We've already had to bleep so many things.
So, new topic.
Fucking stop
Again,
saying
Kyle.
new topic.
Well, then we'll cut out me saying new topic. What are we talking about?
You had a topic.
I didn't have a topic.
I have a topic.
Why would you say new
Tom
topic?
has a
Fucking go, Tom.
Just
Alright, I'm moving
pause
this
Save the
and then
day.
let Tom speak.
I've been watching like Tarantino movies lately, right? So I was wondering, what's your favorite movie from him?
From Tarantino.
Favorite
Yeah,
Tarantino.
from him. Yeah.
Inglorious Bastards.
Probably Kill Bill 1, because I haven't seen many Tarantino films.
I haven't actually seen Kill Bill or Pulp Fiction, so I'm.
I haven't seen Kill Bill.
loser.
Pulp Fiction's an interesting movie.
It's interesting. Yeah.
I think we discussed this one.
Yeah,
recently.
we did.
My favorite. I don't know if it would be Reservoir Dogs or. Actually, I don't even know, dude. I like 3 of them equally.
Yeah. Same.
Inglourious
Does it count?
Bastards, Django, and
Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs. Yeah,
But,
already
yeah.
forgot.
Does it count if he wrote the movie but someone else took over and directed it?
No.
Damn it! All right.
Well,
'Cause,
I'm just
true.
being a dick.
really
I don't
like-
know if Tom wants to count it.
Oh, good.
It counts. All right, then True Romance is my favorite. Then
The
Wow.
fuck is that?
it's a movie that was written by Tarantino but directed by someone else.
Who directed it?
Tony Scott.
Oh, it wasn't Quentin Tarantino.
No, it was not.
Damn.
Yeah, looking at his movies, I've only seen True Romance, which he wrote, Kill Bill 1, and the first one he did, Reservoir Dogs. I've only seen 3 of his movies, so or 2. Like,
Benson, do you know who we're talking about?
No. It's just usual me. Usual me. I have no fucking clue.
Have you
who
seen
you're talking about.
Inglourious Bastards or Django Unchained?
The only one that I've actually seen is Kill Bill. And even then, it was ages ago.
Well, there we go. Your favorite.
Yep.
Oh, you need to watch Inglourious Bastards because that's a fucking good movie.
I probably won't. I just
Yeah.
What was
was that
yours?
your
Tom?
favorite, Chris?
Mine.
Yeah, was
I said it was Inglourious Bastards.
okay, yeah. What
What's
was
your
yours, Tom?
favorite, Tom?
Mine's probably like Reservoir Dogs.
Very
Mm.
nice.
That's a
Featuring
good one.
Django.
Stephen Vincent
Pulp.
Buscemi.
Yeah.
His middle name is Vincent.
100%. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I
know.
haven't seen Pulp Fiction. It's like a super classic, and isn't it like 2 or
Super
3 hours long?
classic.
Yeah, super
Like
classic.
2.5. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna watch it with Dad for like a Wednesday night movie night because that's what we do. And yeah, it was like 2.5 hours. It's like, okay, might watch something shorter.
There's a lot of things in that movie that it's just like I don't know how to explain it. It's just like
Yeah.
real life, but it adds nothing to the story.
Is that
So, like,
including the dancing scene?
Conversations.
Yeah, like the conversation. They have so many conversations that are completely irrelevant to
Mhm.
everything. Like at the
Yeah.
very start of the movie, they're talking about
Burgers. Yeah.
Teeth.
they're talking about burgers and like which burger is the best, and then they move on to actually no, that never mind. What I was going to say is relevant to the story. But then when they're in the 1960s bar
Yeah.
and what's his name, Travolta and Uma Thurman are both like sitting across from each other. They have just like the most pointless conversation. It finally leads into something relevant to the story, but the first half of it is just random bullshit.
Yeah, and then
Um,
they dance.
well, at the start of Reservoir Dogs, they're talking about like tipping for like ages.
Yeah,
But it's kind of relevant. Like it kind of gives you insight into the characters a bit. But
yeah.
Tipping? Tipping is in gambling?
No,
no,
as in
tipping is in like
Wait,
tipping the
Tipping the
waitress.
waitress.
Ah.
And
nice.
Steve Buscemi refuses to tip despite living in America.
What a son of a bitch.
The character, not the actor. I don't know if he tips or not.
I think there's also like foreshadowing or like a r/movie details or whatever that the person that points out, or like the quote unquote rat in that scenario that points out Steve Buscemi not
Tim
tipping
Roth.
the waitress is Mr. Orange or whatever, the guy who,
Tim
spoiler
Yeah, Tim
alert,
Roth.
is the rat at the end. So it's sort of like a bit of hinting at the start of it.
Wait, sorry, how does that hint?
Because he's like in that scenario, he's the rat that like points out that someone says, "Oh, who didn't tip?" and he goes,
Oh,
"Oh,
he
it
rats
was
it
Mr.
out.
Pink." So it's sort of
I
like
getcha.
foreshadowing that he's a rat.
Damn. What a
So, yeah.
fucking rat cunt. Speaking of favorites, this actually reminds me. I recently came to the conclusion, based on Spotify, I have the most songs I have saved by one artist is ABBA, which has led me to the conclusion that ABBA is probably my favorite band, which may make me a homosexual. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I don't know. I just came to that realization. And I
mean-
was like,
Yeah.
I
Do you
never thought
listen
about
to them a
this.
lot though? It's like the most songs
Decently.
I have saved on my phone is Imagine Dragons, but I haven't listened to an Imagine Dragons song in ages.
I listen to them quite regularly. Like, I like most artists. Like, I would never listen to an album or something. I only like
Yeah.
whatever I like. Like, I generally don't like one artist, most of their songs or anything. I just like a couple, and like same with albums and everything. But then with ABBA, I like tons of their music.
Hmm.
It's weird.
I'm kind of I like albums.
Yeah, it's like
think-
I've recently just got into Cage the Elephant, just like a
Mm.
few songs, and then Breaking Benjamin.
No, yeah, Breaking
like-
Benjamin's pretty good. They got some good songs.
I thought you said you don't like them.
No.
What's a famous song of this? Can either of you name one?
No,
Of
because I
who?
don't know any of their songs by name.
What
Which
was that,
band?
Chris? Breaking Benjamin.
Well, of course I can. I've been listening to
Well,
their
tell me
songs.
one. I'm trying because I recognize the name, but I don't know what any of their songs are.
Let's see. Dance with the
Of
Devil.
course I can.
No, I was just trying to think of one that wasn't just part of the Halo 2 soundtrack.
Oh, maybe that's
Um,
why I recognize it.
I Will Not Bow, or maybe it's I Will Bow.
I think
So
I just
Cold.
recognize the name because it's in Halo, and you would have mentioned that before.
I would have, yes.
Another great game. Fucking Halo.
Hell yeah.
And
That
yeah,
sounded
I've been
like you
into
didn't.
Cage the Elephant because of fucking Borderlands.
Tristan that listens to leaked gamer music.
Yeah.
A lot of the artists I listen to are from video games, so that's how I found out about them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So for all you musicians out there trying to get your music, just chuck them in a video game.
Just chuck
That
it
has
at
a
it.
good soundtrack. You have to specify that, Kyle.
yeah, you
Nah,
have to
any
when you're going to put your music in the game, you have to find one with a good soundtrack.
Don't just play like Tetris and expect to get fucking music taste from it.
Fuck. Are you talking shit about the Tetris theme, my dude?
No,
so good.
I'm just saying there's no other songs. to
Oh, right.
that.
Fair enough. What would you say is your favorite band? Chris, Kyle, the American Sniper, and Tom? Because Benson, I assume, doesn't have one.
Yeah, I don't really have one.
I don't have one either because I move on from band to band constantly.
What a sad.
I kind of have three that are equally. It's kind of a cop out, but my top three are in no particular order: Project 86,
Mudvayne.
Seether, and Blue Starly. No, not Mudvayne. I do like Mudvayne, but they're not in my top three.
So not brighter than 1,000 suns. Wow.
They're fourth.
I'm gonna
Wow.
contact them and
If
tell
you
them
told them
you're a
that
sellout.
right now in your interview, they would probably just end the interviews to them.
Yeah,
Well,
they probably like spit on your fucking face via the camera.
through Skype.
Yeah, and they
Skype.
get all their Instagram followers to go and dislike you.
I remember
In
watching the
person.
end of that interview and they were calling Kyle a rad Aussie dude or some shit like that.
Oh,
That's
the Facebook post.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I saw it somewhere.
Tom?
They did share it on Facebook, which I thought
Usually
was
see,
really
like,
sweet of them.
Coldplay, usually, but I don't really have a favorite.
Coldplay's good. They're a good fucking, I don't know, a sturdy band.
Yeah, well, they've stood the test of time to a degree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like by staying relevant consistently. I mean, not just like
But it's like so is Beyonce, I assume.
I'm not
I
a huge
honestly-
Beyonce fan
I very much dislike Beyonce, but
as a person.
yeah, as
Disagree
a
with her
human.
beliefs. I mean, she
Just-
did name her daughter
Destiny.
Blue Ivy.
Oh no.
Blue Ivy.
Pretty sure that's her name. Her daughter with Jay-Z, who looks exactly like Jay-Z, funnily enough. So there's no doubt as to who her father is. Why couldn't they have gone with a reasonable name like North?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Or Apple or Tilly Philly.
Or, oh shit, what are Jamie Oliver's kids' names? I gotta look this up. Give me a sec, boys.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Just
I'm
fan
pretty,
all
I'm
night
pretty
looking this
sure
Yeah.
Sam Worthington's son is named Rocket Zot or some shit like that.
Oh, Chicago.
Chicago. What's wrong? I mean, I guess it is Chicago, but
Chicago is Kanye West's child.
yeah. Chicago West.
All right, boys, prepare for these Jamie Oliver children names.
All right.
Poppy, Honey, Rosie, Oliver.
What?
Is that their name?
That's one name.
Yep, that's
Oh,
one
what? I thought you just go through
Can
the
you please
list
repeat
really
that?
quickly. Yeah.
name. Poppy, Honey, Rosie, Oliver.
Poppy, Honey, Rosie.
How many of those are middle names?
2.
Oh, so
Oliver
it's
is
just,
the surname,
it's
funnily
just
enough.
Puppy Oliver.
Well, I guess, but
Yeah,
other
that's not
part-
that
it's still
Wait.
in a legal name.
So that's
Yeah,
one
I
that
guess.
has a food/ingredient in it.
Yep, and followed by River Rocket Blue Dallas, Oliver.
Blue.
New
So
Dallas.
that's 5 names. Followed
he a
by
hippie?
Buddy Bear Maurice Oliver.
Buddy
Honey
Bear.
Bear.
Petal Blossom Rainbow Oliver. And Daisy Boo, Pamela Oliver.
Did he just
Very
go to
nice.
a dictionary and just like flick through the pages and he's like, oh yeah, camera, screw, drink, Oliver.
Some of them are
Camera
names.
Yeah, but I mean, just calm down.
Yeah.
Like he clearly couldn't decide between all his wacko names, so he's just like, I'll give them each like 10 names.
He had like 1,000
They
words.
can choose when they grow up.
Yeah, which name they want to go by.
He had like 1,000 names and he's like, I got to use all of them.
Yeah,
my
he
God.
bought a book of names. He's like, if I don't use them all, I won't get my money's worth.
You can't put a limit.
Yeah,
on,
as
like,
if
a
he
name.
needs his money's worth from books.
Well, you know,
There's like the limit to like names you can have. Like
Yeah, it's like
Oh, yeah, is it?
4.
in Australia at least, right?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Is there actually a law to that?
I assumed so because you just said 4. So, I don't know. Is that just
No,
like
I'm
what
just
you
saying,
think
like,
is the reason?
After that, it's a bit ridiculous. Like, I can understand one hyphenated name,
Mm-mm.
like
Oh,
one
yeah.
hyphenated section of the name, but after one, like 2 hyphenated sections, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Well, what's wrong with their parents?
Won't dox him, but Benson's brother has 4 names. Quote
That's only
unquote.
one hyphenation, though. I said 4's okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, all right.
He's right on the borderline. So Benson, you better watch out. If your brother ever adopts another name, he's over the line.
Okay.
You gotta cut ties.
Oh, I'll be the one that takes him out when he gets that bad.
Jeez, what?
Wow.
You damn have to cut him out of your life. You didn't have to kill him.
Might as well.
Well, fair enough at that point.
The opportunity's there, so.
Yeah, then he can't come back into his life either. He's thinking for the future.
Man, on the topic of
Killing siblings?
favorites, yes,
Oh.
of killing siblings. I just did it. No, on the topic of favorites, I was because of the music favorite thing. I was also thinking about my favorite video games recently, but through which I have determined that I'm a kind of a basic bitch as far as favorite video games, because it's like Red Dead 2, The Witcher, like The Last of Us. I mean, Dishonored's the more random one, but like in my top 5 are Red Dead 2, The Witcher, and The Last of Us, which are like 90% of people's like favorite games. So,
And they're all very story-driven games.
yeah, so I've kind of figured out that I'm
A basic bitch?
a basic bitch is what it boils down to.
If we are going by the logic or like the way of working it out with that we did with like music and that, like sort of the most songs or like the sort of the artists we've listened to most lately, by that way of calculating it, Fortnite is my favorite game, which is
Oh.
embarrassing.
That's not how I was thinking, but I get what you mean based on the
Yeah, like I because like of the Save the World's like daily reward thing, I'm on Fortnite every day, not necessarily playing every day, but like every day I'm signing in and going into Fortnite, which is embarrassing.
No,
'cause,
it's
like,
just like your favorite game overall. Over
Yeah, like
your
which
whole
do you
life.
which do you think is the best series?
Skyrim.
I feel like
Fortnite.
surprising no one. Vincent says Skyrim.
I was playing that earlier today.
One of many thousands of hours.
uh,
Kyle, I'm
yeah,
guessing your favorite game series would be not Left 4 Dead, the other one,
Dead
Rising.
Rising.
Dead Island.
Dead Island.
Dead Rising, yeah.
Dead Rising. Is that correct?
Yes.
Would one of them be your favorite game? You think, or do you have a separate favorite?
Dead
individual
Rising
game?
4. No, I don't know, because I'm very biased. Like each game has like its own bias, which is weird. Like Dead Rising 3, I sort of it's Dead Rising 1 is like the one that the community always says is the best one. Dead Rising 2 Off the Record, which is the spin-off of Dead Rising 2, is the first one I played. People don't really like Dead Rising 3, and I really like it, so I'm kind of like fighting
A loser.
more to like that game, because like not to be a hipster, but just like because I think it's unfair that people don't like it. Dead Rising 4 can fuck off and burn in hell, so that's not my that's not my favorites. So I'd say the Dead Rising 2 Off the Record or 3 are my favorites.
And Daniel, I'm guessing your favorite is Dishonored overall.
Or Fortnite.
Series wise, yes.
No, not
but individual game.
I think it's The
probably not,
Witcher.
no. It would be Red Dead.
Red Dead.
Yeah,
No,
it's
wow.
I was just saying how basic it is, but I've played so much Red Dead over the last however long.
Yeah, you were playing it earlier today. I saw.
Yeah, I play it all the time. It's just like the storyline is so incredible to me. I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
And it's just like the controls are a bit clunky when you first get used to them, but once you've played like several hundred hours, it's not really an issue.
Okay.
How many times have you bought Dishonored?
We're really gonna drag that one up. Right before we started, I actually sent.
We're gonna
Chris a
beat
picture
this
of,
horse.
Dishonored. Every game in the Dishonored series is currently on sale on Steam, and I sent him a screenshot of the page displaying all of the games, and every one of them is in library on my Steam. Well, I've bought it for PS3, PS4, PC twice. Shit, I lost count. PS3, PS4, PC twice, Xbox One. I think that's it. 5? Maybe 6 if I bought it on something else that I don't remember.
Mobile.
But this is for Dishonored 1. So that's just one of the games. I've also bought a couple of the other games multiple times as well. It's just, I don't know. I don't know why I like those games so much, but they're just like classics.
That's me with Skyrim. I think I've bought it like 5 times at least. So, that's just how it is.
Which game
How
was
many
that, sorry?
times have you bought Fallout, Benson?
Fallout 4.
Any Fallout.
Any Fallout. Oh, fuck.
How many times have you repurchased? Don't just say like the individual games. Just
with Fallout 4, I think 3 times.
oh
Yikers.
shit!
Whoa.
So like
Well,
original.
Bethesda's
VR
definitely
and
your
what else?
favorite.
Not really. I mean, they've destroyed my, I guess you could say, like,
My life.
loyalty. No, I don't give a shit about that. I'm more like their loyalty. Like, because just looking at all the other shit they do, like Fallout 76, the fucking Elder Scrolls fucking mobile game. Just,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then again, what would be your favorite if not for Bethesda?
probably Halo.
So
I like
Bungie.
Halo too.
Not 343, because who the fuck?
Halo
what-
2 is one of my favorite.
Halo 2 is my favorite.
Game?
Yeah, that's my favorite game.
Damn.
Is Halo your game favorite game series? So
Yes.
It's pretty
Really?
fucking good.
Not a.
Followed by Borderlands.
Yeah, Borderlands is pretty good as well.
Damn. I was thinking it would be the Colonel Sanders dating sim.
The
Apparently,
fucking
I
what?
misled the situation. The Colonel Sanders dating sim. I saw you
Have you not
playing
seen
it.
it?
Don't
Know
hide
that?
it.
I played Halo 2 yesterday, actually.
What the fuck?
No, he's trying to
That's
cover
why he
it up.
doesn't-
Sure.
Yeah. I was telling. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Just realized it was a story that I probably shouldn't say.
on
He was
camera or just in
killing
general?
Several children.
No, on camera, Kyle.
Good thing you're not on camera.
Yeah. Otherwise, people would realize how disgusting I am.
Well,
Yeah,
there's literally an image of you. in
Yeah,
us.
well, it's not high res, so it's fine.
Tom, we didn't ask you just to cut Chris off before he
Yeah, well,
segues.
I guess I'll just go
Well.
fuck myself.
My favorite game of all time would be like Mario Kart Double Dash.
What the fuck?
Yep.
What?
No one expected
I
that.
haven't even
GameCube
heard of
game.
that.
It's a GameCube game. It's basically like Mario Kart, but like it's like tag teaming, basically.
Not gonna lie,
I
I
didn't
don't
think
think
it
I've ever
possible
seen a
for the
GameCube.
GameCube to have a favorite game from anyone.
The
I'm
GameCube's
looking-
awesome.
I'm
You
looking
played-
it up
I played
now.
on my
Never
Wii,
seen it.
so-
Never seen it before.
Oh, well.
Wait, why?
What if?
Wait, wasn't it the GameCube that was a massive failure?
I like
I
the
don't
GameCube.
think so. You're thinking of every other Nintendo console
Oh, maybe.
Wii.
after that point.
Yeah, the Wii, a massive failure.
Yeah, actually, they've really only had like one major failure.
The Wii U or something.
Yeah, because the Switch has done quite well.
Yeah.
The Wii was insanely successful.
Yeah.
All their old systems were successful, except
No,
actually the
not all.
oh shit, what's it called? The Virtual Boy.
Yeah, Virtual Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
They're like OG fucking.
Yeah, headset.
Yeah, apparently they rushed it out so quickly that it just basically didn't work. But they
Oh,
sold
no.
it for like $600
Fucking-
600.
The
Australian.
Power Glove as well.
Power
that's
Glove
the system,
more-
right?
isn't it?
Would you say your microphone cut out?
The Power Glove was more successful, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fucking hell. I'm just looking at some of the old GameCube games, and one of my favorites on the GameCube is the Donkey Kong Jungle Beat game where you use bongos to move. That shit was amazing.
What the hell? I'll have to look that up. What was it?
It's called Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, and the controller is literally bongos. Just
What the
yeah,
Damn.
and it's so cool. I fucking loved that game.
Tom, did we ask you what your favorite video game series is?
Series? I'm not really sure. Because, like, I used to like Battlefield, but that's bad now.
Mm.
Rip.
Yeah.
Is that the only? Wait, that's not a very story-driven game. That's like the only one that, from the five of us.
I can't
that
really
isn't
think of any at
story-driven.
this moment, so.
I was going to say Halo isn't either, but then I'm like, oh, wait.
It's extremely story-driven,
Yeah.
actually.
I was just thinking multiplayer.
Well,
Yeah,
if
there
you
is no
get
story
into
in
the
that.
lore, anyway.
What would have... All right. Just fucking... We're just padding this out because we lost those 24 hours of footage. Just FYI.
Yeah.
I thought it was 3.
No, 24.
23.
right.
It was actually like 4 weeks we were going for.
Oh, wow.
What would everyone's favorite multiplayer game be then? Like ever,
Oh.
not like currently.
That's a very good question.
Borderlands isn't bad.
No,
Dead
no,
Rising
no,
I
12
mean,
you
like,
mean
more like
competitive?
co-op?
Competitive play, yeah.
It's a
Modern
very
Warfare
tough
2.
decision between Modern Warfare 2 and Halo 3.
Yeah, I didn't play much Halo multiplayer, but I played a fuckload of Call of Duty back in the
Or
day.
Halo Reach. That was also incredible as well.
Man, I honestly don't know. Like, I haven't been into enough for this to be like much of a competition.
What was
You don't even play competitive games, really.
Fortnite, though, I play.
Apart from BRs.
Yeah, that's the thing. I never really liked them until Battle Royale because they're designed for people who are bad to be able to have fun.
Bad Royale?
If you're counting it, I would
Yeah,
probably
Bad
say
Royale.
Destiny 2. But it may
Yo,
not be.
what?
What?
I have so many videos of you saying how
Not-
shit the
Not
Crucible is.
Crucible. Just I'm saying if you're counting just Destiny 2 itself, not the Crucible, that would be it probably. Because I don't feel comfortable calling Fortnite my favorite one.
Well, that's not competitive then, if you're talking about the co-op aspect.
All right,
of
then
it.
it's Fortnite. You've coaxed it out of me
Yeah.
because it's not going to be PUBG.
I have a
Yeah.
video saved on my computer of Daniel at quite possibly the most mad I've ever seen in my life playing Destiny.
What was the instance there?
You were trying to get some challenge. I wasn't in your game. I was just in, like, I don't know, on Earth doing some random bullshit. In the game, of course, I'm on Earth now.
I was confused why you were specifying.
And you were playing Crucible, and you were trying to get some challenge. I don't think it was for the Solstice of Heroes. I think it was before that. But either way, you just got so infuriated. I remember at one point
Nice.
you got so mad, and you just like stopped mid sentence and screamed.
You need to send us that
that's a
video.
power move. Yeah, if you
And,
can.
but by
I'll
stopped
see if
mid
I can
sentence,
get
I
that.
meant you were complaining. You were very mad and complaining, and then mid sentence of complaining, you screamed.
If you can get that footage, I might like put a link to it or something. Like, that's
Insert it.
I do have the footage, but well, like, I mean, remember what happened last time I tried to send you footage?
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll sort it out. I think
Yeah.
on that note, we should call it. Just remember, if this one's a bit short, we lost like so much footage.
I didn't say my favorite online game, but I didn't say my favorite multiplayer game.
Yeah, well, I don't give a fuck, Kyle.
Well, I haven't been able to think of one, so that's why.
Yeah, mine was
Yeah.
Battlefield 3. So
See, I just sensed it, Kyle, so I was just ending it so you didn't have to be embarrassed.
Does offline multiplayer count?
What?
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Offline competitive multi. Oh, you mean LAN?
Yeah. I meant,
Or
like,
do you mean single player competitive
Yeah.
multiplayer?
I'm thinking like Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the PS2.
Against bots, then you mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
against
That's
bots.
That was
multiplayer.
pretty
That
good.
was actually very fun.
Yeah,
the,
I,
like,
th-
Galactic
I think we'll count that because
Conquest.
you could have played that against players.
Well, actually, you can play that against players. It's just I haven't yet. So I would
So,
say,
yeah, that is the point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I would say Star Wars Battlefront 2. The original one is my favorite multiplayer game.
And there you have it.
So you
Yeah.
played a lot of Galactic Conquest?
Fuck yeah, I did.
That was so fun.
That and Instant Action was the best.
Oh yeah. What a time to be alive that was.
What a time to be alive. And on that
In
note,
fact, I think I played that last year.
and on that note,
Oh, and also we should. No.
and on that note,
Oh, by the
we'll call
way,
it- sorry for the wank episode, but
Oh, you should end it like Top Gear. On that bombshell, it's time to end.
on that
Thank you and
bombshell,
good
it's time
night.
to end. Thank you and good night.
That was such a shit ending.